What's up guys, I'm Uriel Soto. Now this is a continuation to my custom product page design using Elementor Pro. Now this is the final part to this series. So we're going to be working on our product data tabs. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this series so far. If you are, make sure to like the video for the YouTube algorithm so other people can find this video. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any of my videos. Now let's go ahead and begin. The next thing that we need to do here is just add some little share icons, probably some Facebook, Twitter, and maybe Instagram. So let's go ahead and just add, grab a title here. You know what I could do? I could honestly just, I'm just gonna grab a new one. So I'm gonna grab this heading and I'm gonna go ahead and name this share. Okay. Now the size that I want to go here is probably do 18. That's perfect. And then we're going to go ahead and mobile optimize this probably towards the end of the video, just so then you guys know. And then we're going to grab some share icons here. So let's just grab these share buttons. And I just want to do the icon. And I'm just going to do flat. I'm going to end up removing background of those anyway. So we're going to go into custom here. And then we're going to remove the background. So I believe that's a secondary. Nope. Okay, so make sure the first, the secondary is set to black. And then the primary, I'm just going to make that transparent. And let's see if we can get these closer together. That isn't too bad there. So we're just going to leave it at that for now. All right, and then we'll go ahead and mobile optimize this probably towards the end of the video. Now the next part, which is probably what you guys have been waiting for. So let's go ahead and create our custom style tabs here. So go into your elements and scroll down here and let's grab our product tabs. Where are they? Product data tabs, here we go. So go ahead and just drag that right in there. And we're just gonna add some CSS to this. So I will have that provided down in the description, so just make sure to copy that from my description. So go ahead and click on your element. Hopefully most of you guys, I mean, if you're using this, you have Elementor Pro. So go into advanced and then go into custom CSS and just paste this code, the CSS code right in there. Now, obviously we still need to touch some things up because it doesn't look exactly how we want it to. So let's go into advanced. And let's make the text color black. Make sure that's set to black. My background color is going to be white. I don't think this really matters too much, but let's just make this primary black. And then let's go ahead and on active, let's go ahead and adjust these as well. So my text color is going to be white. Let's see, that's just on hover, so whenever they're active. And then my background color is going to be black. There we go. And then my border color is going to be also black as well. And the border radius, let's just set this to 0. And let's go and adjust my panel here. And my text color is going to be black. My text color is also going to be black here for my heading. The part that I did want to see is my typography. So let's go and adjust the typography as well. Let me go back to the tabs here and adjust that. I think we're going to set it as how it is pretty much. Let's just set that to default. That's fine. I'm not sure if I adjusted it looking at my other settings here. If I adjusted these, it looks like I didn't adjust these, so that's fine. So we can leave those as is, except for they're not looking exactly how I want them to look because this isn't supposed to have a background. So let's go ahead and go back to our tabs. And the background should be set. For some reason, it should be set to white. There we go. So it started working now. Perfect. All right. Now that's how it should look. Now go ahead and click update. Now make sure, obviously, your font is set to whatever your website font is. Mine is currently Lato. So pretty sure it's set to Lato by default. I'm sure I did that in the beginning. Yeah, you see, it doesn't make a difference. So let's go ahead and just leave that to default anyway. Perfect. And then let's go ahead and just take a look at this. All right, now let's go and actually test it out on the product page. Now I am going to go over the CSS here in a little bit, just so then you guys have an understanding in case you guys want to, you know, customize it to your liking. So it's going to click on here and the reviews as well. You have the black stars. All right, so let me just go over this so you guys can kind of get an understanding of this and how it works. So let's go into my advanced, go into CSS. So let's start off from the beginning. So this CSS snippet here, this one is for my tab description background. You see if I remove this, and this one is for this one right here. If I remove this, my background is going to turn black. You see that? So that's what that's for. And then basically the next one is pretty much the same thing, but for the next tab over. So it's going to be my tab reviews. Oh, it's this one here. And then let me actually switch those so they're more like in order. So yeah, this is my tab additional information. It's this one here. So you see if I change this, if I remove this, it shifts the background, changes the background. And then this one is for my reviews. It's the background for my reviews. Oops, a daisy. So that would be for my reviews. Let me go back here. This one is for the reviews. And then this one is to align the tabs. So you see how these are centered right now. If I remove this, it pretty much shifted back to the left side. So I want it to the center. And then over here, this is our spacing between each tab. So if I were to remove this one is our title description. You notice that the tab here will change, and that's just to add the proper spacing to that. And this one is to add the spacing to the additional information. And then this one is for the reviews. And it's basically the same one I just went over. And this one here is, I believe it just adds more of a border right here. So that's what that does. And then our reviews form button. So this one right here, I believe, let me see here. It's going to be our button for our reviews. So if I were to remove this, you notice the button will change. This is actually our star. You see how our stars are actually black, but if I change this maybe to something else, it'll actually be, no, I guess it's still black, but it might be yellow for you in case you don't have this. So that's what's important to have this on there. And then our reviews and form text area. So this is the actual input. So if I remove this, you notice that the form, this might get shifted a little bit. So that's why that's important. So make sure that you have that on there. And then this one here, I believe, let me see, what's this one? Additional table. Oh yeah, so this one is this one over here. So this will remove the spacing. You see how right here, this is perfectly spaced out, but if I remove this, it ends up messing up that spacing and it's really clunked together. So we don't like that. So I just added that there just to fix that spacing just in case. And then the rest of these are basically, this is all just for mobile and tablet. So as you can tell, this one is more for mobile and I guess not part of tablet, but mainly mobile. It's just to adjust. Let me go in here and show you. So as soon as this gets a little bit smaller, you'd notice that the tabs shrink. That's basically what that does. It's saying that it's at anything below 769 pixels, the width of a screen, it's going to go ahead and adjust the tab size. And all I did was just grab what we already had over here with the tab spacing, and I just pretty much shrinked it down here. I'm sure if you guys have been using CSS, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go and shrink this a little bit, you see. So as soon as it gets to the side, it gets smaller. And then as soon as it gets to anything below 496, it'll go ahead and shrink again. There we go, you see. So everything works perfectly on mobile. So we don't got to worry about that, about those. All right. And then the next thing that we need to do is just go ahead and add our products. I think it's going to be our related products. So let's go ahead and there we go, related products. So let's add that right down there. Now I don't really think I only have one product on here, so I might have to go ahead and add some. But I'll probably just add some dummy products here in a bit. So let me just go ahead and add a title to this. Go into your elements and let's go into heading, and let's add a heading down here. Of course, we're going to space this out here in a bit. So let's go ahead and just move this up here, just because I don't like having that many sections. It's just not that good for speed optimization. You always want to just be using the less amount of sections and columns as possible. That always helps out. So let's go ahead and center this, and I'm gonna add some spacing from the top, and let's maybe do about 50. And let's go ahead and just type in yeah, we could type in, we just type in related products. Type in related products. Now we still need to adjust this, so I'll probably go ahead and just add some products real quick. If you guys want to follow along, you guys can, but I'm probably gonna just skim over this. So pretty much what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna duplicate the products that I already have, just so then we can have some related products. So now I just added those other products. Let me go ahead and just refresh this and see if I can get them to show up here. I probably just need to refresh that and then just add the category. Let's see. All right, there we go. So I only want to show about 3 products anyway, so that's fine. Oops. So let's go ahead and click on this. And I'm going to go ahead and just center this, center the buttons. So let's go ahead and just start off with our button here. So we want to make the text white, and we're going to make the background black, and we're going to make the border radius 0, and we're going to add some padding to this. We have it about the same size as that one, at least very similar. So maybe we can do about let's do about 18. I think we've had it at 17, and then let's just do a 30 on each side. There we go. I mean, we could even do more if we wanted to. We can do maybe 40. That was the case, but we'll have to see how that looks on mobile. So that might need to be adjusted. And then as far as the text, so let's see here. So we have our title of our product. So maybe we can go ahead and make this. We don't want to make this too big though, and I mean, yeah, I mean, we could leave it at 600, so that's fine. Maybe leave the text at 20. I think that's great. And make sure it sets a Lato. And everything else is great, capitalized. That's good. Now let's go ahead and set up the price here. So Lato is great, and let's go ahead and just adjust this here. Of course, we don't want the price to be bigger than our heading, than our product heading there. So we're gonna leave that maybe at 16. That's looking pretty good. Except we're not gonna add another product here, so we probably need to go ahead and adjust that. So go to content, and our products per page, let's only do 3, and products in row, let's do 3 as well. In columns, I mean 3. There we go. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and remove this heading because I don't need it. Perfect. So everything else is fine. I don't need to really adjust any of this here. You can adjust how you want to go ahead and order these, if you by popularity, price, random, menu order. I'm just gonna set it to probably random. Probably would be the best. And now I'm gonna go ahead and just adjust this here in a bit. Let's go see if I can adjust the gaps on these so it's not too much. So we'll leave it at that. Wonder if I could do maybe that's set to 150. Yeah, that's not that too bad here. I feel like this is cut off. Let me see what we can do here about that being cut off, because that isn't good. The shirt should not be cut off. So honestly guys, I don't know why it's doing that. I kind of looked through the CSS and everything, and I don't know why it's cut off like that. But if you guys have any suggestions on fixing that issue, go ahead and comment down below, and maybe we can help everyone else out. I am able to adjust things over here if I go to my box, and if I go to my heading, obviously I'm able to adjust this a little bit, and that's fine. And you know, can add some spacing to that. I'm probably gonna leave it maybe at a 10, and that's good. I'm gonna click on this heading here, and I'm gonna add some spacing from the bottom. Okay, so that looks pretty good there. Now what I can do though, let's see if I can maybe add a background to that. I wonder if I can add a box background. Yeah, so it looks like I can maybe add a background. Oh, I think I can add a background to the entire thing, but not to the specific product. So that's kind of interesting as well. But at least we'll leave it like that for now. See if I can add maybe some CSS to this. Let's see if I can do it right now, actually, really quick. So it looks like this one is this one here. I'm just gonna grab that and add a background to this. So go ahead and click here, go into advanced, and I'll try to have this in the description. If I don't, please remind me. Background color, let's do let's grab the color. Well, let's actually make sure this works anyway. Okay, so it does. Maybe we'll add some padding in between, right? So let's go ahead and grab the color that we're using here. Let's go into advanced, and I think I put it right here in the background. There we go. So let's grab that, back to my related products, and let's just paste this right in here. And then let's see if we can just add some padding to this. So padding, I want to go and add padding on each side, so we can maybe do this. Maybe we can do 10, right? That's fine. And then maybe what we can do is maybe we can even do 13. There we go. And let's maybe remove some of the spacing that we ended up doing on here. We can bring this together a little bit here. Okay, so that's a little at least better. So that's more presentable there. So we'll leave that at 56, around there. And then something that I did want to do is correct some stuff up here, like maybe add some more spacing on here. So oops, let's go and just didn't mean to do that. So let's edit this product image, and then let's go ahead and just maybe do spacing of 20. Yeah, 20 is not too bad. So let's do that. So that's looking good there. I want to add some spacing towards the bottom. So let me go ahead and click on this section, go into advanced, and let's add some space to the bottom. Probably just going to do 50 at the bottom there. There we go. We have some spacing. I know I could have just added it to this element here, but rather add that to this section. All right, so that's looking perfect now. Now let's just go ahead and mobile optimize all of this. See how this looks real quick. I know that I do have a lot of products on here, but there we go. Okay, so that's looking pretty sweet. Now let's go ahead and shrink this to a tablet. Let's see how this looks. If we need to adjust this, so this looks fine. This also looks great too, except for some spacing here that we can maybe add. So maybe just on tablet we can do. It's actually, you know what? Instead of doing it here, just do it on a desktop, just so then it works perfectly. So click on the section and let's just do maybe 15 on from each side. 15, not 150. And then let's go back to tablet, and I think it should, there we go, it should be set already. All right, that's perfect. All right, now I do want to adjust this heading here a little bit so it can fit perfectly. Maybe let's do about 35 there. And something I did want to do, because I do want to be pretty consistent when it comes to everything in my font, I want to make this about the same font there. So I think this is about 15. And let's go ahead and make this one about 15 as well. And let's probably shrink this down a bit. There we go. So it's pretty consistent, at least to this one, right? You always want to make your font very consistent all throughout your website. There we go. All right, so now let's go back to tablet here. So it looks like everything is good to go. And this is already mobile optimized for us, so don't worry, I did mobile optimize that with the CSS, so you don't got to worry about that. It's already all set, so that's good. This looks good on mobile. Sorry, on tablet. Now let's just go ahead and do mobile. Now let's leave it at this size, because most screens are around like 480, 500. So we can add some spacing to the side. So we can click on this section here, and maybe let's do about 15 on each side. Do 0 here and 0 here. If we need to add some spacing, of course you can, in case you got a header. So maybe you want to do 50. We will probably do a video on creating a on creating pretty much the entire website. And I do have plenty of videos on how to create a header as well, so you guys can check those out just in case. All right, so this is fine. I do want to make this title a little bit smaller though. Let's do about maybe 30. And then the reviews are fine. This price, let's definitely shrink that down to 15. Maybe we can do about 20. Let's leave that at 20. That's fine. And the text looks to be pretty good. I'm not really going to adjust that too much. And the share buttons is great. Let's go ahead and just maybe bring that over here to the left side a little bit, because I noticed this isn't lining up properly. So make sure this is set to the left. Columns, and let's go into advanced and just maybe shift this over a bit. There we go. Till it reaches this little line here. That's perfect. And then let's go ahead and go back to tablet, and that's looking good. And mobile, there we go. So now it's all set. We can, you know what we can even do is we can even shift this up higher as well. So click on this on your share buttons and just maybe do some negatives, and let's make sure it's set to pixel, and let's shift this up maybe to about 16. And I think that's looking good. There we go. Now we just add some spacing right here. I think I did remove some of the spacing. So let's click on this section up above, and let's maybe add some 50 from the bottom as well. And you know what? I feel like the spacing on each side is too much. So let's go ahead and just do 10 instead on each side. There we go. And then make sure this one is set to 10 instead of 15. I know that we can do 10, and then I think it was 50 from the bottom already set, and then 10 on each side. There we go. Now the title, we can set this, I believe, what were we using here? We did at 30. So let's set this also to 30 so everything is very consistent. There we go. If it wasn't already set like that on purpose. All right, now let's go and adjust our products here. Now I always like to do about 2 of them, but it's your choice. You can do 1 as well. So if we go back to content, we can just do 1 column instead. That's up to you, but usually most people do 2 columns, but it would be better if we had another one here. So just for this video and this purpose, we'll just do 1 column, just because it kind of looks great. But in case you did have 2 and you did want to mobile optimize this, what I would do is just shrink title here. I'm not going to get too much into it, but just go to your title, and I would just shrink this title here. I know right now it's set to 20. Shrink your title, and then shrink your pricing as well. That's what I would do. Set it to about maybe 13. That would be probably the best bet. But I'm going to go ahead and just leave that as is, and I'm going to set this to about one product per column. There we go. So now that's pretty good, and I don't really need to adjust the buttons too much. That's looking good. But if you did want to adjust those buttons, just go into style, and then it should be right here under buttons, and you can go and adjust the font and all that stuff and the sizing in case buttons are too big. Alrighty. Now I know I didn't add a hover effect to this, but you can. That is an option. Let me go ahead and save this, and maybe I can add a little hover effect to the button here. So the background color will be white, the text color will be black, and the border will be black. And then let's just go ahead and add a little border here, because I don't think I set that up. Let's do about 2. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Alrighty, so now let's go ahead and click update. Look at that. Look how clean that looks. And let's go into t-shirts. All right, it's looking really nice. Now let's go ahead and make sure this is all mobile optimized. So let's go into inspect. Bring this down a bit. Shrink this down. Okay, looks good. And then as soon as it's gonna hit, as soon as it hits mobile, there we go. Okay, now that's looking good. Yep. And I mean, most mobile sizes will be probably about to here, most phone sizes. So they're about 500. So that's how you'll see it on your phone. Perfect. So everything is looking good. Let me know if you guys have any questions on this, and I'll definitely try to help you guys out. But that's pretty much it for creating your custom product page design using Elementor Pro. Now I am planning on continuing this series and creating a shop page and even a home page and just creating the entire website. I'll have that out probably pretty soon. I don't know when exactly. I'm probably gonna have some other videos out in between, but I'll definitely try to get to it as soon as I can. But if you've enjoyed this series so far, make sure to like the video for the YouTube algorithm so other people can find this video and it can help them out. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any of my videos and whenever I release continuation to these videos as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.